Today's video is brought to you by my May Daily Doodle Diary. Hi, I'm June, and I like to paint with gouache. Today I won't be painting, however. I wanted to show you guys what I did for May in my Daily Doodle Diary. They are a continuation of the paintings I made during the month of May for Mermay. And as I go through the Daily Doodle Diary, I will also show you the paintings for May. So, let's get started with the 1st of May. It is blank because when I started the 1st of May, I forgot to flip the page and continued on the memo page for April. So in May 1st, I made this painting because I had not yet decided I wanted to do Mermay. So I made this painting on the memo page for April instead of the 1st of May. For anyone wondering why it says 2017, that is because this journal, one a day page thing, is actually from 2017. I have a bunch of them that I got from a friend, and they've just been sitting around in my house. And when I needed something to use for my daily doodle diary, I picked this because the pages actually hold a small amount of gouache or whatever other medium I use, except alcohol markers, really well. So May the 1st is that page. May 2nd, I decided I wanted to do Mermay. And I scribbled this. The 3rd, I wasn't feeling well and I came home from my internship and just crashed. We went to Thursday, where the character that was created for the first week of Mermay, here, she's named Sierra because I modeled her after my daughter and I just never got around to changing the name. In the first painting, we saw Sierra discovering the amethyst mermaid figurine on the beach. She notices the tentacle dropping the head from the little pool on the side. And being curious, she enters the pool. This came out immediately afterwards, but I wanted something of her discovering the cavern, and that's how we ended up with the Mermay week 2 painting of her coming up out of the underground pool, surfacing and finding herself in this amethyst cavern with a passageway on the end guarded by amethyst guards. She then makes her way up onto a small island and heads towards the passage. Inside the passageway is where she finds this little mural, which ends up becoming the week 3 painting for Mermay. I had a different painting in mind for week 3, but as I kept flipping through my daily doodle diary, I kept seeing this one and really liked it. This was, I guess, the imagery she saw after leaving this area, where she comes across this and she sees the 2 amethyst mermaids, small ovals from over here, and then the eyes and the mouth that were in this cave here. You can't see them very well, but they are just a line of them going on, continuing down the passage of the cave. And in the top, she notices all these large ovals hanging from the ceiling. This was the one I wanted to do for week 3 originally, but like I said, flipping through constantly, and I preferred this one a lot more to this one. This is after she enters this cavern, or this passageway. She gets a closer look at things hanging in the ceiling, and she notices that some of them have broken. After going down the long passageway with the egg sacs hanging in the ceiling, she comes out into a chamber where she meets the queen, a sad, lonely, old queen octopus. At first, I imagined she would have been terrified coming across an octopus that size. But noticing that it's sad, she approaches it. And that is how we end up with the week 4 painting. Noticing the sad octopus holding its dried out, dying eggs, she approaches it to see what she can do or how she can help in any way. This, I kid you not, is exactly what my daughter would do. She would see some strange animal, something possibly capable of maybe eating her, and she will immediately approach it. She plans to be a zoologist when she grows up, and I know it's because she loves animals a lot, but I honestly believe it's because she wants to pet something she's not supposed to. After meeting the queen octopus and trying to find out why she's so sad and alone in this cave, the octopus begins to tell her a tale of a mermaid-looking octopus. I have just started calling them hivelings. So this is a hiveling, and this is a human. And for some reason, a hiveling gave away one of the amethyst figurines. These figurines are pressed into the walls all around. I forget that it wasn't in that one. But these figurines are pressed into the walls all around the caverns and around the hive, and they help the power and the magic of the hive to flow and keep the water levels up. And by giving away one of the figurines, because there's no way for the hive queen to regulate the water levels without the amethyst figurine, over time the levels drop and she can't keep the caverns where she lays her eggs wet and moist, and the eggs slowly die out over time. I meant to include a drawing showing that over time, as well as the hive begins to dry up and the levels of water drop, many of the hivelings cocoon themselves in mucus sacs similar to egg sacs to hibernate, leaving the queen all alone by herself. And as I said, my daughter, petting something she shouldn't, attempts to calm the queen down and let her know that everything will be okay, because she has found what she believes to be the lost amethyst figurine. She gives it to the hive queen, who replaces it into the area where it should have been before, passing an egg to the next one in line, who passes it to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, which is what I attempted to depict here, of all the hivelings passing the eggs along to each other as they care for them. Immediately, water begins to rush back into the hive and it begins to fill up. Now, Sierra, while being a good swimmer, not my real Sierra, I don't even think she can float, but this Sierra, being a good swimmer, still cannot breathe underwater. So she begins to panic because this room is filling up with water. The room fills up with water and she's desperately trying to get out, but the hive queen pulls her back. Now that the power has been restored to the hive, it's also been restored to her, and she's able to grant Sierra the ability to breathe on the water. The size of the hive queen keeps changing throughout, if anyone notices it. I like this one a lot, and this one. So the hive has filled back up with water. See all the little figurines that should be circling the hive all over. And the queen octopus wishes to check on her egg sacs. So they've gone off to where she keeps them. And they're checking that the water is circulating well between the sacs. They're beginning to swell back up. And while checking on an egg sac, Sierra notices a hiveling. She tells the queen that one of the eggs may have hatched already, but the hiveling swims away. They catch up to her, however, and the queen gets hold of her, but immediately notices that she is in fact the hiveling who gave away one of the amethyst figurines to a human. Poor thing is, of course, terrified. She's probably about to be killed for what she did. She begs for a chance to explain herself. She's a hiveling. The duty of the hivelings are to look after the eggs and provide food for the queen. Pretty much what bees do in a hive. They just work. And working day in, day out, she begins to dream of what life could be like somewhere else, like on land perhaps, where she would be in a beautiful dress and she would meet a handsome man. She slips away from the hive, and while sitting up on land looking at the people go by, she meets a guy who has heard about the amethyst figurines and believes that he could get one, he could become very rich. So he offers her a life on land with riches and, I guess, guys dancing with her, if she gets him the amethyst figurine. Of course, it is what she wants, and it's just convenient that he knows that. She steals the amethyst figurine, takes it to the man, but he traps her and takes the figurine from her, offering her nothing that he promised. She is able to escape, but upon returning to the hive, she has noticed that the power is no longer there. The magic has withered away due to the missing figurine, and the water levels have dropped. All her family and friends have cocooned themselves within sacks, and the queen is sad and lonely and angry. She returns to the human world and steals back the figurine from the man. But when she returns to the hive, she's too scared to present it to the queen, as her anger has grown as her egg sacs begin to shrivel up and die. So she leaves. Years and years and years pass, and she travels the sea, too afraid to go home, but truly longing to go home. She makes up her mind that she's going to, and she returns to the beach where the entrance to the hive is. And there, she meets her protagonist, helping a starfish that has gotten trapped on land during the last tide get back into the water. Believing that such a kind person might be able to help her, she tries to lure her in with the amethyst figurine. Her story calms the anger of the queen. Just a moment. I have gotten into the habit of using a very soft pencil when drawing in my doodle diary. And now I have pencil lead just everywhere. So the queen forgives her and welcomes her back home. Here we have Sierra on her way to visit the hive. There are some hivelings waiting for her. And back in the hive, they've done a lot to change how things are run. The hivelings are no longer expected to just work like bees. They're permitted activities and things outside of their normal jobs. They are even permitted to change jobs and do other things within the hive, as long as, of course, things get done. The queen also now interacts with her workers and helps them wherever she can. And of course, the older queen is there to help her younger queen, who, in case you're wondering, was the hiveling from before. Eventually, the old queen is going to have to nominate a new queen for the hive. Not like how bees do it. I'm actually not sure how bees do it. Anyway, the hive queen, the old hive queen, has chosen the hiveling to become the new queen. She believes that she understands the importance of the hive more than anyone else, and will, of course, take care of it very best she can. And I also believe that the new structure of the hive will make sure that none of the hivelings feel like their only purpose in life is to serve the queen and make sure everything goes as planned. They're allowed to live their own lives and enjoy what time they have in the hive. Of course, I don't think they would be leaving the hive in today's society. Someone's probably gonna snatch one of them up and put them in a circus or something. My voice is beginning to go. My throat is beginning to hurt. So this ends Sierra's adventure. From finding an amethyst figurine on a beach, finding a cavern on the ground, seeing the history of the octopus and the jobs that the hivelings do, and becoming curious as to what all of this meant. To comforting a sad and lonely octopus queen. She has now become family. Thank you for staying with me and as we flip through my May Daily Doodle Diary. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.